from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from last.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's go, baby.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Off the draw, here's Williams. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 12 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. Just a really crisp, clean effort. Well over 100 yards receiving.
But didn't he feel like he needed a hug when we talked with him this week?
Well, because he wanted the touchdown.
He wanted the touchdown. He was all depressed after that performance. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You were brilliant. He's like, yeah, but I didn't get in the end zone. He must have heard from the fantasy players on that one.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you go the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break the tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second down, Williams. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he finds Jimmy Graham. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Moncrief brings it in. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Dante Moncrief, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A nice run on first down gets them 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On second down now, it's Cook. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there out of Cook, 47 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cameron Meredith, his 6th touchdown of the season. as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Emmanuel Agba there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a third down. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The Packers on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game. Ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Meredith. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Let's go.
On first down, Cook. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now this throw caught left side. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Throwing is Rodgers. And there was nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. That's caught at the 25. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Josh Doxson, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Carson Wentz, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Teddy Bridgewater with a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on second down, Rodgers.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. It's Williams on the catch. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Eluding the pressure right. It's brought in by Dodson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. This is Dodson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. On 1st down, it's Cook. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
They got the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. That's pulled in at the 32. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, Eckler. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Back to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
So the awareness of knowing where the first down marker is not just for the offense. I mean, his defense has to understand that, too, and they gave up a huge one there.
Oh, yeah, this is one of those situations defensively. You're just counting on getting the football back.
No doubt about it. You've already projected yourself to the bench and a little bit of smile on your face for having stopped them, and now you've got to regroup and play again.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a second and long. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. They'll set up the throw. It's hauled in by Dodson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now back to throw. And it's caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw here. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 9th touchdown of the season. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. 2nd and 1. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cameron Meredith with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Yeah, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. throwing again. Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will extend this big lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And that's complete to Adams. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. From midfield, here's Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, first down Packers. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to get a score back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
That ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll buy some time right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That's good for 28 yards.
As well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Another toe for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They go play action here on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them. 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield.
Let's go, fella.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Rodgers to throw. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And his guys are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back.
And he's going to go down again. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings,